You've probably sent a message today without thinking about it once. A text, an email, a comment, a reply. Information flying between brains at zero cost. For most of human history, that was impossible. Before 1440, if you wanted a copy of a book, a monk had to sit in a cold room and copy it by hand, word by word, page by page, for months, and then charge you a price roughly equivalent to a small farm. So books existed, but everyone having books absolutely did not, which meant the people who controlled books controlled knowledge, which meant the church, which meant whatever the church decided was true, and good luck arguing otherwise because you hadn't read the primary sources. Then Johannes Gutenberg, a goldsmith from Mainz, Germany with serious debt problems and a borrowed wine press, changed everything. The printing press with movable type, 1440. The idea was deceptively simple. Cast individual metal letters, arrange them into words, press ink, repeat. Compared to a monk with a quill, it was approximately 1,000 times faster. The first major book Gutenberg printed was the Bible, which was either deeply pious or deeply strategic depending on how cynical you are. In about 50 years, Europe went from a few thousand handwritten manuscripts to over 20 million printed books. 20 million! And here's what those books contained. Medical texts that contradicted church teachings, scientific observations that contradicted ancient authorities, political pamphlets that contradicted kings, and, most dangerously, a German monk named Martin Luther had printed 95 complaints about the church and needed them distributed fast. Without the printing press, the Protestant Reformation is a local dispute. With it, it's a continent-wide revolution within decades. Information escaped the room it had been locked in for 1,000 years, and the gatekeepers, the church, the monarchs, the scholars with exclusive access, suddenly had no gate, which panicked them appropriately. Censorship laws appeared immediately. Governments created lists of banned books. The church published the Index Librorum Prohibitorum, the official list of books Catholics weren't allowed to read, which, as a marketing strategy for those books, was genuinely counterproductive. Nothing makes a book more appealing than being told you're not allowed to read it. The printing press did something no weapon, no army, no empire had managed. It made ideas cheap. Before Gutenberg, new ideas spread slowly, expensively, and only among elites. After Gutenberg, a pamphlet could cross Europe in weeks. Anyone who could read could access the same information as a king. Literacy rates climbed, slowly, then fast. The scientific revolution followed, then the Enlightenment, then democracy. None of these are inevitable. All of them become dramatically more likely when information is free. The monk in the cold room was not lazy. He was not inefficient. He was the entire system. And one goldsmith with debt problems and a second-hand wine press made him obsolete in an afternoon. Technology doesn't ask permission. It just prints.